Jaghatai Khan, Last of the Primarchs. Should we do a cheeky unboxing? Why not? The very last of the Primarchs. This feels weird to say. A series that's been 10 years in the making, and it's finally here. We have the last one, well, sort of the last one. I think we'll be seeing Jaghatai Khan on a jet bike relatively soonish, hopefully. So we have the maybe penultimate version. Okay, first things first, opening the box. There's no instructions with this one, which is weird because they all come with instructions. That took me aback a little bit. Now, I'm a commission painter by trade. I have been sent 2 of these. The one I popped open next, that did have instructions. I just got a bum card, I think, with this one. Let's open it up. Let's have a little look, see what's inside here. Let's have a look at the gubbins. Okay, it comes with bases, as you'd expect, and an instructional, well, a safety manual more than anything else. How to use resin. If you're new to using resin, it's a lot easier than you may expect. You clip it up and you simply wash it with warm soapy water. That's it. That's the only real difference that I've seen. Okay, checked by SB101121. So you better do a good job, SB101221. I think I got that right. Okay, let's have a look at the cloak, shall we? A little bit of a zoom in action. Okie dokie, what do we have here? Well, it's gorgeous. It is freaking gorgeous. You have a really nice ermine lined fur cloak. But there are a couple of casting issues. There's a mold line along there. There is quite a nasty mold line along the vents on the side of the power pack, and it runs right the way across it. So I'm not looking forward to cleaning that up. And what is this? Okay, so they've put a casting vent right on top of a really detailed area. I don't understand why they've put that there, because there's lots of, I guess, Chogorian runes around it. And there's just no way you'll be able to resculpt it. So the Chogorian runes that you see here, there's just no way you'll be able to resculpt it in that area that the flash has just completely taken away. There's quite a nasty miscast along there. Nothing I can really send it back for. I will need to clean it up, which is unfortunate, because it's more work for me. Just one of those things. But yeah, I really don't understand why they put the casting key there, unless there's something I'm missing later on in the construction of it. But you have these Chogorian runes, this gorgeous pattern that you just simply won't be able to recreate or resculpt, or it's unreasonable for somebody to resculpt them. So it's not off to a great start. Got nasty tide mark, and we've got something that yeah. Why couldn't they put it there or there where there's just no detail? So hopefully it'll get better. Hopefully there's just something I'm missing. There's just something really super obvious that I'm missing, and it'll all become clear later on. Okay, we have the base, which is very nice. You can tell that the base hasn't been as well designed as the rest of the miniature. All the love, quite rightly so, has been poured into the Khan, into the Primarch miniature. There's a bit of a, how to describe it, there's a bit of a trope in Horus Heresy community, in the Horus Heresy circles, where you took Primarch bases and then you used them as the basis for dreadnoughts. So you put a dreadnought, a contempted dreadnought, on a Primarch base. It's a bit of a fad, but I can see that fad coming back with this base because it's nice and level, has nice detail on there, but it doesn't overload the surface. It doesn't detract from the actual miniature itself. Okay, let's just dump everything out here, shall we? Just pop it all on here. The mat I'm using, by the way, is the Redgrass Games mat. It's really nice neutral grey for this sort of work. Okay, the Khan we have, just unbelievably detailed. This is where all the work, the effort, this is where all the love was applied, and this is where you'd want your resources to be spent, right? is filigree. The detailing of the armour is exquisite. It's all unbelievably sharp, well rendered, incredibly cast. You have the teeth of the shoulder, the dragon shoulder pad. There's just so much to become invested in. We have the dead marine here, of his guts spilling out of the side. Again, I think this will be a popular set for any modeler who wants to put maybe dead marines on their bases, or if you want to create a little diorama with the apothecary kneeling down trying to save them. There's a really nice touch as well of the 3 boils on the armor. It's a nice Easter egg. Okay, we have some of the armor, I guess his skirt, can we say that, of the Primarch. We have a nice skirt. 3D print lines, you can see a few of them. They're not incredibly aggressive, like the thumb, the fingerprint marks. Where it's really detailed, you don't see it, but when you see larger, flatter areas, that's where it tends to become more prominent. But thankfully on details like this, you can't see any of it. It's just non-existent. It's a perfect cast, it's a perfect render. I think these might be my favourite legs in the entire Heresy. Sanguinius and Fulgrim, watch out. Now let's go back to the legs, because I want to luxuriate. I mean, look at those calves. My god, those are calves that Henry VIII would be jealous of. And if you get that joke, put in, say you chuckled mildly in the comments below. Hell, subscribe to the channel for that kind of joke if you got it. This is your sort of channel. Okay, we have the white tiger Dao. Gorgeously curved blade, well rendered, good detail. There's a slight casting key in there, but that's not an issue. We could deal with that. All you need is a sharp knife just to remove it. Okay, the head. Zoom in on the head. Zoom, zoom, zoom. Now, I'm not sure whether I'm misremembering this or not, but didn't the Khan, when he crash landed on Chogoris, did he have a scar? And he kept it there? That's why they call the white scars, right? I'm not sure whether it's like a makeup thing or whether he actually had a scar on his skin. Either way, I really like this face. It's stoic. Hell, if you shave the beard off, it would be a really nice face for a variety of different Primarchs. Or hell, I think you could even get away with doing it or putting it on top of like Custodes bodies. How good is this shoulder pad, by the way? How ridiculously good. If you're a White Scar player and you are planning on a Tartaros armoured Praetor, find 2 of these shoulder pads from somewhere and put it on, because that is so good. Hell, I'd even be tempted to do a Kinzar with those shoulder pads. There's some thumbprints right at the very top of the Khan's head, but again, that could be buffed off very, very easily, and we'll show you how coming up in this video. It's Tamiya files. If you don't have Tamiya files, 100% recommend go purchasing them, because when you file it, it smooths the surface. It doesn't leave a key behind. Normally when you have files, you rub them over the top and it leaves a slight like sandy imprint. With the Tamiya files, it completely rubs it off. Oh, a really nice detail, a really nice Easter egg here. The White Scar symbol are on his gloves on the underneath, and it's one of those things that you can miss so easily, like the 3 boils on the shin pad of the dead Death Guard Marine. This is chock full of detail. It's just chock full of really nice touches like that. Nods to the lore. I guess you could call them Easter eggs, but they're just little like nods to the lore. Yeah, we know what we're doing. And Sam, okay, yes, I have looked up. Okay, it's completely covered up. So yes, my apologies to any casters who are watching this, or Sam, if you are watching this, thank you very much for the entire Primarch series, or the ones you worked on. In particular, Sanguinius, thank you very much for that. But yes, it is covered up. So I did get a instructional booklet in the other one I was sent. And it's rather simple. Put the legs where the legs need to go. Put the head on top of the shoulders. It's rather straightforward, and it does go together in a very straightforward manner. There's nothing out of the blue, apart from the slightly awkward cast on his backpack. It goes together incredibly simply. Okay, let's build the Khan. Normally I leave you with a little bit of music here, but I thought, why not talk about the process? So sharp blades are a must. Tamiya files are a must. And that's all you really need for the cleanup on this guy. Sharp blade goes a long way, especially when you buff out any awkward areas. I use it on the cloak to remove the casting marks. And right at the end, I don't want to include... I don't like building in sub-assemblies, but in this case, the cloak is such a big area, I've just left that on. And this is what he looks like completely built. Boom. How gorgeous is that? How unbelievably gorgeous is that miniature? The posing, the detail, everything about it. It's a masterpiece. Which does beg the question. The Primarch series, they're all out. Who makes in your top 5? Let's disregard rules for the moment, because we are expecting a rules change at time of recording. There will be a Age of Darkness 2.0 or Siege of Terror, whatever's coming out. Just pure model-wise, pure aesthetics. Who makes it into the top 5? Post in the comments below. Let's start an argument. Let's start a good old-fashioned YouTube argument where we get to insult each other's grammar and spelling and really nitpick the hell out of each other. Then I'll do a video highlighting the best humanity has to offer, which you shouldn't look for in the YouTube comment section. But this is it. We now have the entire collection of Primarchs. Thank you very much for watching. If you are interested in watching this miniature being painted, you can find updates on Instagram all next week, and you can find a full 4K video tutorial series coming to the Patreon very, very soon, as soon as I slap some paint on it. And it will have a PDF support document to go alongside it. Thank you very much. I hope you've had a great day. Top 5 Primarchs. Does the Khan make it in? Catch you in the next vid.